carry for the shifty Tariq Cohen. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
But we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He corrected.
And right away, he lost the football. And I think the Browns got it. They did. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery. Long. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Boy, Brandon, that's what I'd call an ill-advised pass right there on 3rd down. I mean, you just need a yard or two to keep the drive going. Instead, he's trying to hit a home run. You've got to really like your chances if you're going to take a shot like that.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. Singletary loses it. And this is picked up into the end zone. It's a friendly return for Browns TD. And all the pressure that goes on in these playoffs, but the first score here in the divisional round always very key.
Partner, this team handled it like it was a regular season game, that they were confident in what they were doing, came right out and established themselves early.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Buffalo offense and Devin Singletary heading back out there. He's probably a little angry at himself. It was his fumble, obviously, a moment ago that led to the scoop and score touchdown that has him down early.
And now we find out about the psychology aspect of being a coach. Because when you have a guy that's just happened, some people want to take him out of the game immediately. Others say, you know something? Let's feed him the ball again next series and see if he's going to be able to atone for it. Let's see what they decide to do.
On 1st down, they stick with Singletary. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
But I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Incomplete on the throwaway.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And that's caught by Beasley. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the 1st down.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory. 6. Throwing now is Allen. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
Allen again here on 2nd and 10. His throw incomplete.
Thrown away and incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And again, it's Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs.
And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
His first reception of the divisional round matchup, and it's good for a first down as well. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Allen hit. He lost the football. And fortunately, the Bills jump on it and get it back.
Recovered by the offense.
The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long.
To the air, Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. And it's 4th down.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And there is nothing easy about being a kicker on a day like this.
Yeah, I tell you, not only is the footing tough in the snow, but kicking that ball is like kicking a rock. Very difficult to get any sort of feel on your kicks.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
So, CD, the playoffs are here and all the excitement that goes along with the month of January. And for this offense, let's be frank, they really feel like they're the team to beat.
And they should feel that way. This team should be uber confident about their abilities to go on a big run here in the playoffs because, let's face it, this one goes top to teams in the league. They've assembled talent from the offseason, in the draft, during the season. They've brought in great parts to add to their team. Now it's time to see if they've grown together as a team, and are they more than just the sum of their parts? Are they finally a unit that can do some damage in the playoffs?
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
7, Bills nothing.
Let me check my phone and see what's going on.
Long now. Looking to throw on 2nd down. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. From 21 yards away. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Great corner out there. Not only able to catch him, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Extra point try now for Crosby. And it's good to make it 14-0. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way.
Oh, Cohen lost the football. And I think the Browns got it. They did.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football. And it's not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And these guys hardly got a chance to catch their breath after the quick turnover, but I doubt they're complaining much.
Especially with the field position they get to start with. I wouldn't be complaining either. I'd want to get right back out there and get after them, because now you have an opportunity to make a big play. I'd say let's be aggressive and go after him.
Now Long. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. This will be caught inside the 10. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit, because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They'll run. Here's Janovich, the fullback. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
3rd and goal. They're going with Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Browns add on to their lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
And it is now 21-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken in the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And some dangerous territory. Already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. Allen now looks to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
It's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, you got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit. We're not even at halftime.
On is the punter, Hawk, as he gets this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. Ware breaking the tackle. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49.
36-yard line.
Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. He has not been on his A game, but his team has really picked him up. I think he probably now in second quarter he's thinking, all right, time for me to get going.
And he also has to keep in mind that he has contributed. You're exactly right. Not totally on his A game, but guess what?
He's got the touchdown.
He's got a touchdown pass. Yes, he tempered it with an interception, but he has contributed, and he just can't get down and worry about his own stats. The team's winning. That's cause for celebration, even though there's a ways to go.
And now he'll be looking to contribute a little bit more. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5.
49-yard line.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage. Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Out to his left. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on 4th, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that dig?
Yeah, momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much 4th downs were emphasized. You know, because, as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big test for you. You know, if people are going to go for it on 4th down, they believe you're not up to the challenge. You want to show them differently.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Not much there, only a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 50-yard line.
We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Now the 2nd down throw on target. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. He hits Beasley right side. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Allen to Beasley, first down, Buffalo.
People worry about throwing the out route because offense can get jumped, and that can turn to either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Oh no, he didn't get it.
To the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Allen. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Singletary loses it. Second time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns 19. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And this is caught at the 8. And the Bills are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now Allen again. And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills cut into that lead. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked about one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, a full half to be played. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had. Right. Those guys have an innate sense of where they are and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always
bootleg. He'll run it. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And he is going to have the Browns first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A final shot before break. Long. Going deep here for Stills. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. All right, hang on. So it's on to halftime of this AFC divisional round matchup. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. The 3rd quarter starts with a run by Chubb. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And this is complete on the comebacker. It's Landry.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Long. Looking for Kelsey on the D. He's got it with the 15. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Give him 32 on the play.
They came out with an aggressive mindset to start the 3rd quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them take more of these type of deep shots as this game moves along. They connected there. They expect to connect on more before this one's over.
really challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
This has not been a fun game for this defense. They definitely had their share of struggles, but they needed to make a play right there, and they finally get it done on 3rd and goal.
You know what? I'm not doing this. I gotta get this. Maybe get it.
No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on 4th and goal to hit pay dirt, but they're going to go for it. Tre'Davious White, the LSU man, there to knock it away that time. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator.
Singletary to get the drive started. And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And this is picked up by the Browns. And fantastic field position has them just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line of the red zone. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. And again, it's Chubb. And he's going to be shoved back short of the goal line. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches. On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season. Got his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him. And he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main cog.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here's Cohen now to return. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And this is picked up by the Browns. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
So, my man, another touchdown. They are looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And this is picked up by the Browns.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. No, let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in the red zone.
When you're in the red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position. So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal. A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game as his guys continue to pour it on. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
They're on 17-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. One quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Allen's throw is complete, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground, and this is picked up by the Browns. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable 4th quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery.
Chubb with a carry on 1st down. It's not going to yield much, maybe a yard. It's 2nd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Pushes him over.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Forced out to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. And it's incomplete. Both players had a shot at that one. Neither can get it, and it brings up 4th down.
Many times when a play breaks down and the quarterback's moving around outside of the pocket, you're thinking just get rid of something short. But a lot of guys are coached, think deep, take the big shot, hoping someone can get lost behind the secondary. They weren't able to connect on that one.
The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Oh, and the defender took some liberties there with a late hit, roughing the passer.
The league has done a great job of defining what is a late hit. An illegal contact on a quarterback, the defenders really have to get in line.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer.
Let's bring it. Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51.
From the gun, it's Allen. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And I think the ball's out. And this is picked up by the Browns. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a good return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Here's Allen following the fumble recovery. And this will be incomplete.
It moves to 2nd and 10.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
42. Right 42. Check. Right 42. Watch his left. Watch his left.
Throwing again. Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. So the shotgun snap to Allen. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today.
A 27-yard attempt.
The kick by McManus is good. And the Bills are forced to settle for 3.
Bills 10.
In the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
This one fielded at the 5. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
18-yard line.
And now the Browns coming out on the field. And it would appear that that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot in the conference championship. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. But he can't hang on. He had a good shot there for his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, it's 3rd down. Off the play fake. Long. Buying time to his left. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Kenny Stills, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because it nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
He's got his man on the crossing route. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
Now the pass hauled in by Kenny Stills. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
And goal at the 4-yard line.
The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and...
They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. And I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Let him score. I need them to score.
On first down, Allen. Now a desperation throw. He's got a man. Complete. The 40.
Oh.
He's at the 30. 10. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs. Taking it goal line to goal line, 100 yards. And the Bills get a bit closer. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving. And that will cut this lead down to 25. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Browns set to take over. If they can finish this one out, they'll book a date in the AFC title game next Sunday. And it looks good so far as they try to run some clock here in this 4th quarter. Steps away. And nearly intercepted. That would have been a hat trick, his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Off play action. Long. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And Stills over the middle. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 26.
Kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball in his hands.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He was looking to go back to Stills, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Here's Long, off the play fake, looking for the end zone. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown.
Well, they certainly have the look of a team with something to prove, don't they? All week, as we prepared for this game, we kept reading about how they said they're going to play a full 60 minutes this week. Has nothing to do with their opponent. No disrespect intended, but they wanted to be people of their word, playing this thing all the way out, trying to finish it strong.
And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you...
doing the drills and working the wheel, you're grinding that. You know what it be. Playing this here for the keeps.
We were all nervous before the Super Bowl. Who wouldn't have been, right? But I looked at the players around me and remembered everything we'd done to make this a reality. And with that, we put our helmets on and headed for the tunnel.
Super Bowl game. This is my second year into the NFL.
Tonight, it's Madden NFL football. Super Bowl 56.
For the first time in almost 30 years, the big game is back in Los Angeles. Super Bowl 56 underway. And this carries into the end zone. And we will not have a return, so the first drive of this Super Bowl will begin at the 25. We get our first look now at Carson Wentz and this Philadelphia Eagle offense. Throwing on first is Wentz. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in.
Wow.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Wow.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't
would do
even know
for them?
why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. So here are the Browns under head coach Kevin Stefanski. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
First play again, 6.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And you know, I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to. And he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handled winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Dancing to his left. And he slings one that's incomplete. Kenny Stills, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Rolling to his left. And he finds Stills, complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
Pretty good.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open. And when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
4 yards on
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you're going to hit a lot that way, too.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room.
No way.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And this may be a big early turning point in this Super Bowl. They're going to go for it on 4th down here.
No,
meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Eagles defense able to hold. I guess they wanted to get that touchdown right back on their first drive, but failed to do so. And oh, his first carry, he loses the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And a 1st and goal coming up here inside the 10-yard line. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. And the Browns are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as good running gets them down to about the 4-yard line. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was. And when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. Now a hit and a loose football.
I really got my pack. That's sad, I'm not gonna lie.
So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back. Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Now a man open down the middle of the field, and they're able to get this one across the 35. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Incomplete.
Dad, make him throw it out.
Wentz's pass, run away and incomplete. He was covered by Denzel Ward.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Come on, guys.
When I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
And
big play to start off this drive as the shot downfield is complete. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him. And he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
They go with Chubb on second down. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up first and goal.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They got a nice little drive brewing right here.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his second touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the Browns have taken the lead. Nice execution there. Good job by the O-line getting him in for the second time.
And you always have to start with credit there when you're having a big game. I mean, you don't get there by yourself. That's rare. But how about the ability to see the proper holes, pick the proper place to go, and find his way into the end zone?
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will make it into the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Carson Wentz and the Eagles getting set to take over. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like...
And he loses the football the second time. And I think the Browns got it. They did.
Recovered by the Browns.
I thought we had like 20 minutes.
On the carry, it's Chubb. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. Chubb. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They run. Chubb. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
And they'll get him down short of the first down, right on the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. And the Browns are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They opt to go for it, and they get it. 1st and goal after a pickup of 5. Back to throw. Long. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off.
No way, bro.
He's at the 50. The 30. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. What a moment for him, a pick-6 in the Super Bowl. You think about some of the big pick-6s over the history of this huge game. I remember because I was watching with a lot of Colts fans, Tracy Porter picking Peyton Manning to get the Saints' first title.
Yeah, that one pretty much sealed the deal for New Orleans as well. But I got to go back a ways because, you know, unfortunately, I'm considerably older. Herb Adderley, the Green Bay Packers, got it all started. The first pick six, Super Bowl II against the Oakland Raiders, and some of the better ones that were out there. You might remember Dwight Smith of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had 2 in one game when they won their Super Bowl championship against Rich Gannon in Oakland. You mentioned Tracy Porter already. How about James Harrison to the Steelers? You remember that one? 100 yards right before the half ended. That was a big-time play. But for me, the absolute classic, Willie Brown in slow motion against the Vikings for the Raiders. The grand old man, Willie Brown, 75 yards.
You recall them all, and what a play here. Another pick six in the Super Bowl. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position of throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
You know the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Steps away to his left. On the left side, this is Stills. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Chubb. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him play him.
And this is caught for a Browns touchdown by Landry. Jarvis Landry there to make the grab. And the Browns have moved out in front.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. And ball security has been a big issue. You see the numbers there. He's fumbled twice already.
And whenever we talk about ball security, it's not simply how you're holding the ball when you run it. It's all the other things that you do. Is it in the proper arm, meaning the sideline is protecting you? Are you dipping a shoulder to protect the ball as well? And obviously the 4 points of pressure to make sure it's tucked firmly against your body so people can't pop it out.
Once again here on 2nd and 10. And that's off the mark, incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
10 yards to go.
This time they stay on the ground. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down.
It's 4th down.
On 4th down on is Colby Wadman now to punt. he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line.
100%. We're doing it.
So these two teams will head. So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And we will not see a return to start the half. As this the Browns drive about to get started. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. His favorite target, Travis Kelce, the intended receiver. And that takes us from second to third down. Off the play fake. Long. Flushed out right. And it's complete. Hooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Trying to get it that time to Stills. But now it's third down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. And some room to maneuver. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
Partner, it's often that man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play. Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that.
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb with his 3rd touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is lets you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you've taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense.
Alshon Jeffrey, touchdown, Philadelphia. Alshon Jeffrey, 75 yards. And the Eagles are back within a score. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time, the evidence was right there.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
I wanted it, like, they took it home from us.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Long, off play action. Going deep here for Landry. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
At the 21-yard line.
On the ground, it's Chubb. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1.
Long now. Off the play fake. Being chased out left. And he took the contact as he was throwing it. And the ball drops incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards in the first.
Not sure I agree with the decision to go for it, but I definitely agree with his decision to run it. He picked up that big first down. I think he let his head coach off the hook.
That's what I was just going to say. If there's anybody more happy than the quarterback picking it up, it's the coach that saw him pick it up. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Forced out to his left.
And
incomplete on the deep ball. He was looking that time for Stills, and now it's 3rd down. Off play action. Long. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a first down. Off the play fake. Long. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Still going. And they'll get this down to the 10. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And he'll be out of bounds. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with a record 4th Super Bowl touchdown tonight. And the Browns add on to their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this carries into the end zone.
That's what I want to say.
Not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And we're at the time in the Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the 4th quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10. To throw, it's Wentz. Left side here to Sanders. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool and give you a big play
No, we
now.
caught that. That was
Sense
a
of
nice
urgency.
catch.
No doubt.
Good throw. Good
We know
catch.
he has
I love
pretty good
that.
hands on display there. In fact, he only needed one of them.
Yeah, nowadays, all these receivers work on this, right? They do the one-handed catches off the machine in practice. They do it with their quarterbacks. They do it contested, uncontested. They make it part of their repertoire.
This pass complete. Wins to
Oh,
Ertz.
no,
And the ball is knocked
sick.
out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football.
Recovered by the receiving team.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Those Super Bowl hopes that they had really dwindling now here in the fourth quarter. That NFC crown that they got 2 weeks ago seems like a distant memory as they have been outplayed tonight.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
Back to the air on second down. Wentz. He'll fire it deep for Rager. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Down and 10.
Here's Wentz to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Johnson on, it's poked free. Football's out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happening again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive, 1st and 10. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing now is Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another 1st down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
10 at the 47-yard line.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jalen Rager was the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
He was covered by Denzel Ward.
Wentz to throw again. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
480 pounds, full muscle.
It's a gain of 5.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. Throw left side complete. That's Sanders. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
That's caught by Jackson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. That leads us to a first and goal. It's a pickup of 8. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. And he's such a talented tight end, just creates nightmarish tight matchups on the other side.
He's so good that when we say tight end, we're almost damning him with fake praise, aren't we? Because he can do it all. He's as good as any receiver in the NFL.
Well, that's the deal. He's a wide receiver, just in a bigger body.
Bigger body, a matchup nightmare, and who's going to cover? When I sit in the film session, I just look at the coach and say, really? Really? You're going to yell at me? You go cover him.
And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up and they tend to play well.
A very solid gain of 27.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunky yardage picked up there.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 8 coming up.
2nd and 8.
Handoff comes to Chubb. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. And how about this? The dog pound gets the crown. The Cleveland Browns are the Super Bowl champs. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all off-season, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.
And with that, the Dream Team stepped off the field and into football legend. What means more to your legacy?
I couldn't be more proud of what we achieved together. And I'm still in touch with most of those guys, even now that we're retired.
I'm better than this, you can love it. Okay, now I gotta... Seven 2021 offset. Simply 2020 places every 4 Pro Bowl to come back from a series.
As players get into the later stages of their career, oftentimes it's an injury that leads to retirement.
After an injury like that, it takes some time to regain the strength to push the ball down the field.
Wow. They did all this for what? No way they're citizens. That makes me mad. Very mad. First, I didn't do nothing. Then I obviously got the 6 touchdowns. Take all my stuff away. Probably had a 70 overall. What the? There's no way. There's no way that I did that. I was just a 97. Oh my gosh, bro. Gosh, bro! Want a playoff game post injury. Make Hall of Fame. So best God is gonna win this game. Yeah. Heard Zach clear you turn. Watch your way. Friday has went back here. The young game had go ahead. I think I gotta go to practice.
Gentlemen, this week's not over yet, so don't get comfortable. We've had a good week so far, so let's make sure we finish the same way. Consistency is the key to winning in this league, so keep up.
This is it. You only got one shot. Time to go for gold.
Hey man, that was great. I mean, you had a great day today. The game is really starting to slow down for you, isn't it? I can't wait to see what you're going to do on Sunday. Good job.
They don't know my name. I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade.
With the playoff game in just a few days, everyone was waiting to find out if I'd be returning that week, or if I'd hold off and hope for a win so I could possibly return in a later round. It was without a doubt one of the toughest decisions in my career. With the playoff game in just a few days, everyone was waiting to find out if I'd be returning that week, or if I'd hold off and hope for a win so I could possibly return in a later round. It was without a doubt one of the toughest decisions in my career.
Well, let's go.
I had no idea how the team would react, on or off the field, to my return. But deep down, I knew it was what I needed to do. Returning from an injury like this wasn't going to be easy. And in this situation, we needed to make the smartest possible decision so I could be effective all game long.
Today, from First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio, Harrison Butker to kick off. It's the AFC Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. First carry for Nick Chubb, only able to get it to his own 20 after breaking through the contact. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Well, Charles, the big story today, obviously the courageous return to one of the league's best quarterbacks. When he was injured during an early season victory, the assumption was that he'd be out for the rest of the season. Well, we found out this week that this is not the case.
And you have to give him a lot of admiration and props for working his way back from what was thought to be a serious injury. And it's natural for him to want to be back out on the field. Remember, when he got hurt, this team was 4-0. I also think we have to question whether or not he should be out there, putting his body on the line. And from the franchise's perspective, they have to wonder whether it's worth having him out there if he's not 100%.
A gain there of 21 yards. A nice pass there. And Charles, how important do you think it is that the coaching staff helps him get in a good rhythm early on?
Partner, I think it's very important because not only has he been on a 3-month layoff, we still don't know how healthy he actually is and what his timing is going to be out on the field. So getting him comfortable, getting him success early, that's a big part of this game plan and a big part of what this coaching staff has to do.
They'll roll him out right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So they will go ahead and obviously decline the pass interference, and the touchdown will stand. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And if he and his guys want to spring the upset here in the second round and move on, they've got to focus on the good that they did in the wild card victory. At the top of that list, protecting the football. Got a little careless last week. If you get away from it, might not be so fortunate this time around. And if that's the case, they'll end up going home.
Well, the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And it's complete. It's Damian Williams. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line. Well, they were obviously backed up. Had a little bit of space from the goal line, snapping it from the 3, but still trying to throw it. And
yeah, exactly. This is where hindsight is 20/20 comes into play, right? Seems like a good idea to throw the ball there. Maybe you'll surprise him and catch him off guard. Instead, you've created a turnover and put your defense in a bad spot.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes on the move to his left. He's going to take off with it. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
And we know they won't get their names in the stat sheet, but the offensive line has to get all the credit for that touchdown run. Tremendous job of blocking, paving the way for the 6 points.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
A give. This is Chubb. Gets past one man. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
At the 21-yard line. A gain of 2 on the play.
These two teams all tied after 1.
the end of the first quarter, with the score tied 7-7.
Now long. Off play action. Buying time to his left. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 27 yards there on a very nice third down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations. Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 32-yard line. That'll put him over 100 yards receiving now here in this first half of action. A 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Tyrann Mathieu, normally known for the pass coverage, this time a sack.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and that leads to a play-action sack. Yeah, that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run, and the Browns have taken the lead. Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly, and on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not, because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play, and guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
And he knocks it through. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And Nick Chubb the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
I'll play like 20.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Mahomes. And he's going to keep it here. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Let's be frank, you hate the fumble at the end of the play. But prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
step out.
Yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but then the mistake. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A give running right is Chubb. Oh, and after Absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
A good run there off right tackle in old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
They run again on first down. Chubb.
Oh my God.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Nathan Shepard in there to make the tackle.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
It's a nice pickup at 12 yards, and it gives them a first and goal. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend.
2-5. That's bodied up on the floor.
We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on. And he'll barrel his way into the Raiders! Touchdown. Nick Chubb with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Browns are going to take on to their advantage. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions, and they're a PAT from going up 21-7.
Yeah, very impressive the way that they've moved the football. Full command of their playbook, full command of the way they wanted to attack.
Fielded in the end zone, and he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. KC's offense ready to take over. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession.
The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Well, CD, that's the second time this half they've put it on the carpet. Now, the first one they lost. Good news here, it doesn't cost them.
They do say that things even out in the course of a ball game. So you mentioned they lost the first one. This time, able to retain possession, but they can't get into this habit. The ball can't continue to go on the ground.
Second and short now following the fumble. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't. But he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Mahomes looks to throw on third down. And this is caught by Watkins. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Give them 22 there on the third down conversion.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
First down, Mahomes. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 23. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Mahomes now on first down. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Denzel Ward right there in coverage to get the hand in.
Wow, all kinds of time back there in the pocket. Enough time to scan the entire field, go through every progression. First guy not open, second guy not open. Heck, the third guy wasn't open. Finally just settled on throwing one deep downfield, taking a shot. Unfortunately for him, unable to come up with the completion.
Caught left side, Williams. Williams loses the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he'll take it all the way out near the 30-yard line. All fumbles are costly, but that one really hurts because he had the first down.
Yeah, that's all he needed, right? But the problem is we coach these guys to try and get more, but that doesn't count if you don't bring the ball with you, does it?
Now Nick Chubb of the Browns gets set for their next possession. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Play clock down to 0.
Offense.
And that'll set him back 5.
Still first down.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
That was very appreciated.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
No, he almost had it. Already with one interception, just missing his second there.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
Going deep here for Stills. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill.
Pass interference. Defense.
Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marginal yardage against them.
Out to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd.
So it's on to halftime. And just like that, on we head to half number 2.
With the score, Browns 21, Chiefs 7.
Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here we go. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And that's going to be a Chiefs first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 40-yard line.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Sammy Watkins, 60 yards. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the decision to bring it out.
Look, these are the games. It won't show you right now, but I can show you GTA, MLB The Show 21, 2K21, Fortnite 2K22, and Madden 21.
Good one as he's tackled at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101 tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
And to give this time to the tailback. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. Steps away. Looking downfield for Kelsey. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. Rolling to his right. He'll try and run it. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? But I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
Old timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the broken tackle. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. Here's the Chiefs punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. But he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you get a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. On the move to his left. And this one is incomplete. Stills the intended target, and it's 3rd and 4. Off play action. Long. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On the left side, this is Stills. 20! And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game. And they hit that one there for big yardage.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. He was looking to go back to Stills. To throw is Long. Off the play fake. He's going to take off with it. Breaks through the... And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. An 18-yard touchdown run. And the Browns have moved out in front.
Normally, this is a surprise. A quarterback scoring on a long run and not getting chased down by the defense. But the athleticism and speed of the quarterback position gets better every year.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they and will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And here now the offense heading back out there. Right now, Charles, this is the drive of the season. You're on the road here in the playoffs. It's put up or shut up. They need points.
This is where you have to come together as a team, as you just noted, on the road. So that means they've carried that mentality with them throughout. Hey, we've got to go on the road. We've got to rely on ourselves, right? Focus, yet still find the fun in it. How great is this, guys? Look at the spot we're in right now. And then go to your top players, call the plays that they run best.
Yeah, sort of controlling their own destiny, but this place has been loud. Not going to be easy. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now left side on the swing pass. And he loses the football a second time. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. Out to his left. And I think the ball's out. And this is picked up by the Browns. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now, there he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Nick Chubb, about as dynamic a runner as the NFL has to offer. He put his talents on full display there. That was some kind of run.
And they've had little to no success stopping him on the ground all game long because that's his 3rd touchdown of the game, and by far the best touchdown of the bunch. They came in this game knowing that they needed to rely on him, and the defense knew they needed to slow him down, yet he's delivered in a big way, and he's been sensational.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. That to his running back, Edwards-Helaire. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. But I think a Brown was able to recover, and they'll indeed hold on to the ball here.
The Browns take over 1st and 10, the 49-yard line.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Frank Clark showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Steps away. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
I got that. Let's go, baby. I got that.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself. but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination of whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Rolling to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Dancing to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Trying to get it that time to Stills. Third down here. The Browns on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 16. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kenny Stills, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns add on to their lead.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And now here comes Kansas City. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. They go play fake. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And I think the Browns got it. They did.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
2nd and inches.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. He was trying to force it into his receiver, Landry, and it's 3rd down.
Quick hands that time to knock that one away. It sure looked like a short touchdown, but able to get a good break on the football and force the incompletion.
And this is caught for a Browns touchdown by Landry. Jarvis Landry there to make the grab. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And that'll increase their lead to 28. And that was really just a great battle for that football on both sides. The result is a touchdown.
Ordinarily, I'd like to say it was a win-win, but it really wasn't because the defender, while he was there with excellent coverage, he didn't get the benefit, did he?
But he's not going to get chewed up in film session.
No, he was right there. They'll tell him, okay, of course you need to knock the ball away, but they won't be too upset with him. He did his job for the most part.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. They knew this would be tough on the road divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this 4th quarter. Mahomes now on 1st down. He's going to let it fly. And got his man complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 75 yards. And the Chiefs are able to draw a bit closer.
I think you could make a fair case for Tyreek Hill being the most explosive player in the NFL when he gets his hands on the football, and that was Exhibit A.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the next-gen stats are going to tell the story, and wow, what a story it is. Nearly a full 23 miles an hour. One of the fastest plays on record, folks.
Off the play fake. Long. And Stills over the middle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. Here's Long. Off play action. On the move to his left. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
Off play action. Long. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 15-yard line. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him? Double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Oh, and it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's second down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Kenny Stills saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. It's been quite the game for him individually. A trio of touchdown catches now.
So pick a route, any route, whatever you want him to run, he's going to do it and do it well and end up in the end zone. This has really been fun to watch.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Mahomes going to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
They are on to the next round of the playoffs, and the story will be the gritty, gutsy effort by one of the league's best QBs.
And he certainly proved the naysayers wrong today, partner, no doubt about that. Now, overall, an up-and-down performance, but he did enough for his team to get the win and advance to the next round.
I'll go to my character if I can, and then that'll be it.
After the game, I was even more sore than I expected I would be. I suppose I should have been a sign that the news I'd be getting from Coach wasn't great.
I want to keep going. I don't care what it takes. I want to keep going.
The news was devastating. Especially since I had worked so hard to come back from this injury once. But because I'd come back once, I knew that with the cautious approach, I could come back again.
I got Sketcher 2000 on. No cap. Well, guys, that's it. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Well, night. It's 11:08. Morning tomorrow. Hope you guys have an amazing morning tomorrow. Hope you guys enjoy watching my stream. And peace out.